Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where I want to talk a little bit about what the plan for this series is. So we've got, what, like 64 years left until the end date? I mean, I would kind of like... I like to run games to the end date, right? We're kind of at the point where there's not really much challenge left. I mean, we've been at that point for a while, in all honesty. The big land grab to put together the Mongol Empire I was pretty interested in, and it resulted in a very interesting succession. But, that's fine now. It's all under control. The Byzantine Empire is going to be under our control, and I think we definitely don't end the game until the Byzantine Empire is in our grasp. In theory, that'll be no more than 40 years. Another commenter mentioned dismantling the papacy. What is the state of Catholicism? I think that would be pretty rough to actually pull off. Well, you don't have to take over all other Catholic nations. You just have to not let them re-establish the papacy before you dismantle it after conquering the papacy, right? And we already have pretty significant holdings in Italy. So if we look at the Empire of Italia here, that's what we would need to hold to make that happen. We already control substantial portions of it. Now, we're at war right now, so we can't really look at what CBs we have on Italy. But we have borders with them. Which, by the way, is kind of insane to talk about. Remember, we started, like, here. We started here. And we have borders with Italy. Okay, so that's a thing. We do need to work on this war, though. Let's get this war wrapped up. This is a Finnish vassalization war. We're getting other Finland vassalized. Both of these guys, they're going to head on in, and we're going to grab... Which one is this? Okay, this is our levy force here. Fantastic. Oh, our husband actually won in a de jure war for the High Chiefdom of Sicily. That's convenient for us. That does make things easier. So I think here's the goal. Our goal is to dismantle the papacy. If it's looking like that's not going to be possible, when we inherit the Byzantine Empire, we'll end the game at that point. Remember, we only have 64 years left. So this series will be over one way or another quite soon. A world conquest is obviously not going to happen. We got a lot of expansion in the last 100 years, there's no doubt about it. But a world conquest isn't going to happen, and realistically, I should probably plan for a world conquest from the beginning if we're going to do that. So I'm just going to raise up to about 12k here. There we go, 14k. And we're honestly just going to go in here and start slow sieging. That'll be fine. We did just finish a promote culture task. Promote culture tasks we absolutely want to continue with. And this cultural spread is slow. There's no doubt about it. You can look at our cultural spread here. I mean, you can see all the places that are controlled by people who are Sinhala, right? But the counties aren't Sinhala. That's what's slow to spread. And I mean, there is this faith situation going on here. There's a lot of Catholicism up over this way, and the danger is, if we take the papacy before we control everything else over here that we need to dismantle it, then we run the risk of someone else starting up a new papacy. That can always happen. So we're going to have to make sure that we get in there very quickly. Let's wrap up this war, and then we'll just turn on Italy, and that's going to be our overall goal. If we get the papacy dismantled before we capture the Byzantine Empire, or rather, before we inherit the Byzantine Empire, then we'll just go until we inherit the Byzantine Empire and call it good there. That's the overall plan, I think. This series, I do feel like, is starting to outstay its welcome, and that's the unfortunate thing, right? Because we've got 64 years left. We're so close to the end, I'm just like... Or actually, it's 1454 that it ends, so 74 years. But we're so close to the end that I'm just like, I feel like I should just go to the end, but at the same time, if we're just repeating what we've done and there's no challenge to it, what's the point? So I guess, let me know what you think on that. I'm currently thinking about ending the series early, but if you'd like to see the series go to the end date, please let me know. But that's the current overall thinking. I haven't made any solid decisions on that right now. I'm interested in dismantling the papacy. That's always a good time. A secret exposed? Oh no, anyway. So we're going to siege up over here. That's a city there. So we're just going to come over to their capital next. And we're just getting the war score we need by sieging. This is completely fine. So we're going to annex the rest of Finland. I mean, technically there's more Finland, but it's not called Finland. That's fine. Why, hello, England and Francia. Why, hello, England. That's exciting. How powerful is England? Oh, they're super weak. Okay, good to know. 20k troops. That's entertaining. They are allied to Ireland, which has 5k troops. Adorable. Completely and totally adorable. So we're going to make our way up here. We're at 98% war score right now. We're just going to get this last siege done. Yeah, our daughter will be there. Yep. Yep. There's all of our stress gone. Fantastic. Is he going to ask for any more, or is that just the perfect amount? That's just the perfect amount. Wonderful. So we have a new diplomacy lifestyle perk available, and we're going to take diplomat. There we go. Fantastic. This will end this war, and then we'll look at Italy to see what we can do over there. So war is over, and we'll disband our troops. There we go. We took a good chunk of Finland there. I wouldn't mind cleaning up some border gore over here. Maybe while we're truced to Italy, that's something to do. We can also fight Provence over here, and that's fully within Italy. Allied to Avignon. I don't think we care about that, though. Like, that's within Provence. Sure. And that's his primary heir. So if we were to declare on this guy, we can forced vassalize him. And I think this is acceptable. He has a total of 16,000 troops. We're going to raise up here on Corsica, and we're going to raise here men-at-arms, and then we're going to raise levy troops over here, where there's a different supply limit. Okay. So we're going to raise up our troops, and we're going to attack Provence. We're going to come over here. Actually, I think we're going to land over here. That'll be fine. We're going to raise up about 20k here, I think. They'll show up eventually. And this is completely fine. I'm not too concerned about this war, but this will give us another good chunk of Italy. So if we look at the Empire of Italia, we control 10, we need 46 de jure counties. So there's the Byzantine Empire, which controls a tiny, tiny amount over here. There's Provence, which controls a decent chunk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counties. Hang on. Venice is separate. 6 counties. This is Venice here. Yeah, so we can fight Venice independently. And that's definitely something that we're interested in doing. And then we can fight Italy. We have 20k troops here. They're going to come in to the province capital. And these guys are going to do the same as soon as they're done. We can host a feast, but honestly, I don't feel like we need to right now. We're doing fine on prestige. We don't have any stress. I think we're okay. Okay, so we're not going to actually land over here just yet. Oh, is he cheating again? Do you have another? He is again. We are rightfully allowed to imprison him. He's a foreign ruler. Like, we don't have the option. I forgive you, this time. It's too important. Politically speaking. Sure, we'll take the claim on that. I mean, we're not too concerned about pushing our claims up over here just yet. But honestly, I think it's okay. No, not there. We already had claims there, didn't we? Let's work over here, how about? in Novgorod. Okay. So we're going to prepare to attack over here. We're waiting until these guys show up, because we're going to need our men-at-arms if we're going to fight them. Smallpox? We're going to throw him out. He's in the prison, so we don't exactly care about throwing him out. And he probably would prefer that, if I'm honest. I'm also going to mass ransom all of our prisoners, and then release those that couldn't be ransomed. Clear out that prison. And we'll just go through all these prisoners. That's going to be very loud. I apologize. And we're not going to do this scheme. We can call a hunt, but we are going to... Okay, we're safe from smallpox. We're going to go ahead and... At least we think we are. We're going to go ahead and head in here. If it's anything like the bubonic plague, we're less safe than we think, but... Okay. So we'll siege over here. This will be fine. There's a lot of castles over here. He is currently fighting France. Holy War for the Duchy of Provence. Okay, so we're probably going to have to deal with France after this war. That's okay. We'll finish up this siege. Where is their war leader at? He is leading the army up to the north. Okay. Let's go fight them. What are you hiding? Show me at once. Uh-huh. Our favorite troubadour. We would have gained prestige, but we don't care. We have plenty of prestige. That's 17% war score from that. That's okay. We're going to make our way up over here, and we're going to do some battle. As soon as they're done with their battle, of course. Their battle will have to finish first, and you can see here Provence is winning that battle. But we are in position, and we are going to, honestly, probably stack wipe them here. Both acting like petulant children. Okay, so they're going to siege over here. That's fine. I'm content with this. This should be a stack wipe. Indeed it was. So that put us up to 67% war score. Absolutely wonderful. And we are going to go ahead and attack over here. And this will definitely get us enough war score. We don't need to go really anywhere else. We're at 89% right now. Either of these castles would probably get us there. This castle looks really distorted, doesn't it? The one on the mountains, I mean. I'll finish that up. This one right here. Like, that looks really, really distorted. And it's just because the wall conforms to the mountain, right? But, I mean, fine. It's supposed to do that. It just looks weird. I don't know. That particular one. The other ones look okay. But that's that war over, and we're going to enforce our demands there. Now, we are at war to defend it. And that's great. There's a new religious movement. This guy founded a Waldenesian movement. We'll see if that works. It probably won't. No, it did not work. Well, I don't like him being Waldenesian. I can tell you that right now. I'm not a fan. Well, we'll just try to keep pressure on him, I suppose. There we go. That's a nice stack wipe. And then we can come up over here. Is that the only territory that they hold? No, they hold some territory in the north of France as well. Okay. Now everyone knows. I don't know what everyone knows, and I kind of don't care either, so it's fine. We're going to make our way up over to this castle. And we'll grab this siege. Lovely idea. Okay, let's take a look at the line of succession here. Only the one prince so far. Good to know. There's additional troops coming in over here. I'm going to not split in half, but rather split off our bombards and say these levies. The rest of us, we're going to come over here and fight this army. Let's see if we can catch them. Yes, we can. Fantastic. That'll net us a little bit more war score. There we go. These guys aren't interested in attacking into this, which is not how I expect the AI to usually behave, but that's fine. We're going to head up north here. Ah. Another army over here. This is fine. We like this. We catch these guys. We're at 78% war score right now. This is going to be another stack wipe. Okay, what do they have for troops? They have about 8,000. And it's all the way up to there. 8,000. Okay, so the bombards are going to take about 10,000 levy troops. Actually, we're going to divide the levy troops roughly in half. About like that. And the bombards are going to head up here. They'll arrive there in 4 months. These guys, they're going to head down to Montpellier because we want to see if we can cut off the force that's heading south along this river. We don't know where exactly they went, but we're interested in finding out. This war will be over, one way or another, in about 4 months. However, we guessed right. They're going exactly to Montpellier, and they are going to embark. Either way, they are caught here. Fantastic. So we are going to, I think, grab Groomed to Rule to give our children additional skill points. That war is now over, and we'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Fantastic. Okay, so how are we doing on Italy now? Now we have 16 out of 46 de jure counties. We can see that over here, this is de jure part of the Byzantine Empire. That's interesting, isn't it? What do we have for this? Ducal conquests and forced vassalization. He holds too many counties, obviously. So we're going to start fabricating over here. Excellent. He wants to ransom. That's fine. Crusade for Jerusalem. So that's the thing. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. We'll see how much they actually get here. Currently, this isn't looking very scary. We do have a dangerous faction, apparently. What is this? Is this peasant rabble? Okay, I don't care about peasant rabble. That's irrelevant to us, especially in the face of a crusade. So they're up to 63k here. 73. Well, look at this. Like, we can see all of the people who are going to defend against this. So far, this is looking very solidly in our favor. So what's our war plan here? I think our war plan is that we are going to use... We're going to modify this war plan once the war is actually declared, and we can figure out what is actually going on here, right? But I think our war plan is to use holy orders and mercenaries to defend the Holy Land. And then we're going to raise up our troops here and hit the papacy. We have borders with the papacy, remember? So I think that's the overall plan. In the meantime, we are working on claims on Italia, and that will be absolutely fine. So I think at this point, we're just waiting. Now, I wouldn't mind doing something like this. That will bump up our number of troops available. And we may want to do some realm restructuring fairly soon. We can negotiate an alliance with this guy, and that is definitely something that we want to do. We're going to want to call everyone into this, of course, that we possibly can. They're up to 200k. Launches in 12 months. Okay. So that's going to be a while yet. Funny question. What happens if we preemptively declare on the Pope? I honestly have no idea what this will do. Besides force him to raise his troops and fight us early. It would do that. You're pledged in a great holy war against you. When it starts, this war will end inconclusively. Do you wish to start the war anyway? Yes. If we finish it in time, great. If not, I would like at least a chance to fight the Pope in at least a battle or two beforehand. I think this is worth the 1190 prestige. So we're going to declare war here. Now we know how that's going to play out. We're going to raise up our men-at-arms. That's going to take 4 months of our 12. We're going to raise up levy troops here, about 50k. We'll see what the Pope does. We're not going to call... Actually, we are going to call our allies into this. At least the Byzantines. No one else, just the Byzantines. But I want to get the Byzantines mobilized on this. We can call on this guy as well, and I guess that's worth it too. Sure. That'll all be fine. We'll get those guys mobilizing. Yeah, go ahead and see that done. And in the meantime, we're going to continue fabricating over on Friuli. Okay, so we can see that the Pope is over here. We're taking a while to get our troops raised. Like, a really long while. To the point where I am thinking about getting rid of this rally point and bringing in a holy order here just to shore this up before he arrives. Let's see what he's going to do here and how many troops we end up getting. Okay, he's coming in on us. We do need to bring this in. So they're pledged to join the Crusade. The Holy Order is pledged to join the Crusade. Okay, so we're going to need to bring in the Mercs then. Like that. So these guys are going to arrive. It's taking much longer than I expected to actually raise up troops here. I was expecting more levy troops than this. We're going to have to raise in a different location. Yeah, we're going to have to raise in a different location. So let's go ahead and start working on that. We're going to grab our rally point here, and we're going to start raising up over here instead. We'll raise our men-at-arms here. Oh, right, they're part of this at this time. We can, however, begin raising our levy troops over here. Okay, so once this enters a pitched battle, we can retreat. Or, there we go, we can retreat now. And so we shall. We're out of there. And this is fine. So at this point, now we're going to raise our men-at-arms here. Now keep in mind, this war will end inconclusively when this war starts. That's fine. I just wanted to bleed the Pope a little bit. So we're going to get a few troops up over here. And I think we're going to allow our allies to defend the Holy Land once the actual crusade starts. So that'll be fine. Our troops are now in position over here. And we are going to deselect these guys and we're going to group all of these together. Then we're going to select all of these. Well, actually not all of them. We're just going to wait for the moment. 50 days here. This launches in 8 months. And yeah, he's occupying this. That's fine. He can do that. There's no way he wins this war, and there's no way that he gets... He can delay the war until the Holy War starts. But even if he does, we're going to be, like, right there immediately. And you can see here, the Byzantines have mobilized. Hello, Byzantines. Here come the Byzantines. Fantastic. These are our levy troops here. There's not going to be very many of them. That's fine. We're going to group all of these together, and we're going to come down, mostly using our Byzantine troops. But I am going to start raising up additional levy troops up here, because we are going to need them once the actual Holy War starts. We're going to come down here. Yeah, they're sieging. We don't care. We're going to siege this, and the Byzantines are going to make their way and do something. I don't know what they're doing. Just kind of spreading out. Not doing much at all. Okay, that's cool, I guess. We're going to finish the siege, and then we're going to go after Rome proper. However, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to sack Rome. Never. A peasant's law is to serve their lord. Okay, we'll also deal with that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. I will see you all next time.